Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Top Gate. In this video, we'll see the elimination of unit productions. First of all, I'll tell you that what is a unit production, and then I'll take up few examples, and then I'll let you understand that how to remove a unit production from a particular context-free grammar. Okay, so if we talk about a unit production, then a unit production will be in the form of A tends to B. That means in a production rule, the left hand side will contain a single variable and the right hand side will also contain the single variable. So if we see any production rule of this kind, it is a unit production and therefore it has to be eliminated. Clear? So if you see this one, in this example, you can see that we have this a unit production, we have this is a unit production, and then we have this as a unit production. So we have 3 unit production in this case, and all of these productions have to be eliminated. But we cannot eliminate it directly. We have to make certain changes to the grammar, then only these unit productions can be eliminated from the grammar. Let's see how we just do this. So the unit production that I have in this case are, so I'll just first write all the unit productions in my CFG. So first one that I have is y tends to z. The second one that I have is z tends to m, and the third one that I have is m tends to n. Clear? So one by one, I will try to eliminate all these production rules, all these unit productions. There is no specific rule that which one should I eliminate first, but usually we start from the last one. Okay, so there is no specific rule. You can start from this one also, but usually what we do, we start from the last one. Okay, so we'll eliminate this one first. So if you analyze this one, you can see that y is deriving z and z is deriving m and m is deriving n, and you can see that n is deriving a small letter a. So what does that mean? That if m is deriving n, then if I put this value here, then m will also derive a. Correct? Similarly, z will also derive a and y will also derive a. So that is how we eliminate a particular unit productions. So let's see how we do this one. So if I eliminate the first one, that is m derives n, then what will happen to my grammar? So I'll just rewrite the rules again. So what I'll get s tends to xy, that will remain as it is. Then we have x tends to a, that will remain as it is. Then we have y tends to z slash b, that will remain as it is because I'm only concerned with m tends to n right now. Then we have z tends to m, that will also remain as it is. And then what I'll do, I'll just put a here on this n. So I'll get m tends to a and n tends to a. So this is my grammar after I have eliminated m tends to n, the last unit production in this context-free grammar. Okay, let's now work on the second last one, that is your z tends to m. So if I eliminate this one, then what will happen to my grammar? Let's see. So I'll again rewrite the rules. So I have this s tends to xy, that will remain as it is. Then we have x tends to a, that will again remain as it is. Then we have y tends to z slash b as it is because I'm only concerned with z tends to m right now. And since m is deriving a and z is deriving m, therefore this a should come here. So z derives a now. Okay, and then m derives a, that will remain as it is, and n derives a, that will also remain as it is. Clear? Okay, now the last one is we have y tends to z. So now let's remove y tends to z also. So I'll again rewrite the rules. So we have s tends to xy, that will again remain as it is. Then we have x tends to a as it is. And then on this z, I'll put this value. Why? Because z is deriving a, therefore this a will come here. That means y will also derive small a only. So therefore I'll write y tends to a slash b, z tends to a, then m tends to a, and then n tends to a. So this is my grammar after I have eliminated all the unit productions from this context-free grammar. This is now complete, but if you want to analyze more, then you can see that in this case, since s is deriving x and y, therefore all the other variables other than x and y are not reachable from the start symbol. Okay, that means this one and this one are the useful symbols, and z, m and n all are useless symbols. Therefore we can eliminate all of these production rules from my grammar. Let's take one more example. So here we have this context-free grammar, and in this one, if you analyze closely, you can see that we have S tends to B as a unit production, and then you can see that we have B tends to A as a unit production. So the unit productions that I have in this context-free grammar are, I'll just write it down here. We have S tends to B, this one, and then we have B tends to A. B tends to A. Okay. So again, I'll start from the last one. So there is no specific rule. You can start from this one also, but usually we start from this last one. So I'll start from this one. So what do we have? We have B tends to A. So after eliminating B tends to A, what will happen to my context-free grammar? Let's see. So again, I'll rewrite the rules. So we have S tends to A, and slash B. I'll just write it down as it is because I'm only concerned with B tends to A right now. Okay. Okay. So again, we have A tends to BA slash BB. Correct. And then we have B tends to, first of all, I'll just write BBA. Why? Because BBA is already there. So I've just written BBA here. And for A, what I'll do? Let's see. Now see here that A is deriving BA and BB. What I'll do, I'll just take these values and put it here in place of this A. So that means B will now derive BBA plus it will derive BA and BB. So I'll just write BA slash BB here. So the first unit production, B tends to A, is removed, and this change happened to my context-free grammar. Okay, now let's work on the second one, that is S tends to B. So we have S tends to B, and after I eliminate this S tends to B, what will happen to my context-free grammar? Let's see. So we have this one, S tends to A. So I'll just write it down as it is. And then in place of this B, what I'll write, I'll go to B and see what is B deriving right now. So B is deriving 1, 2, 3 rules. So all these 3 rules will come here in place of this B. Okay, so I'll just write down BBA slash BA slash BB, and then everything as it is. A tends to BA slash BB, and then B tends to BBA slash BA slash BB. So this is my final context-free grammar after the elimination of all the unit productions. Now, if you analyze this one, you can see that from S you can go on to A, but there is no way to go on to B. Clear? That means B becomes my useless symbol. Why? Because it is not reachable. Therefore, I can eliminate this B from the grammar. So this can be removed from the grammar, and we are left with only this part of the grammar. So this is my final context-free grammar after the elimination of unit productions. Let's see one more example. So we have this context-free grammar, and in this context-free grammar, if you analyze, you can see that we have this unit production, as well as you have this unit production, as well as you have this unit production. So all of these productions have to be eliminated from this context-free grammar, and then certain changes have to be made. Let's see how we do this. So first of all, I'll just write all the unit productions that are present in the context-free grammar. So the first unit production that I'm having in this one is S tends to B. Second one is B derives A, and the third one is A derives B. Okay, so I'll start with the last one. Okay, so let's see how we eliminate the unit production. So let's eliminate A tends to B, and let's see what happens to the grammar. So if I eliminate A tends to B, you can see that B is deriving A and BB. So what I'll do, I'll just take these values and put these values here in place of this B. So let's see what happens. So first of all, I'll just copy everything. That is S tends to AA slash B slash small c. Then we have B tends to capital A slash BB. Then we have, first of all, I'll write down all these remaining rules. That is A derives small A derives small bc, and then on the place of this B, what I'll do, I'll put these values. So I will write A slash B B. Clear? So we are having now A tends to A tends to BC, A tends to A, and A tends to BB. Now this can be eliminated directly by, because every variable derives itself also. Okay, so this one can be removed from here directly. Okay, now let's work on the next one. The next one that we have is B tends to A. So let's eliminate B tends to A and see what happens to the grammar. So again, I'll just rewrite the rules. S tends to AA slash capital B slash small c. Then in this A, I will put these values. Not this one, but these three, 1, 2, and 3, because this has been eliminated. Okay. So in the next step, I'll just eliminate that. So in this A, I'll just put all the values of A. So A is having A, it is having BC, it is having BB. So all these three values came here onto this A, and BB is remaining. Since BB is getting repeated, so therefore I am not writing it again. So this is the final production rules for the variable B. Clear? Okay, now let's write for A also. So A is having small a slash BC slash BB. Clear? So this, after I have eliminated, B derives A. Now last one is left, S derives B. So let's remove that one too. So after I eliminate S tends to B, what will happen? See. So we have S tends to AA, that will remain as it is. Then on this B, I'll just put all the values of B. So B is producing A slash BC slash BB, and then what is left here? C. So I'll just put that C here, and then I'll just copy everything as it is. That is B tends to A slash BC slash BB. Then we have A tends to A slash BC slash BB. So this is the final grammar after I have eliminated all the unit productions from this context-free grammar. Okay. Now, if you analyze this one closely, you can see that from S you only can reach on to A, and B becomes my unreachable variable. Okay, we are not able to reach on to B. Therefore, B becomes a useless variable, and my final grammar will be, my final context-free grammar will be this one and this one. This will be eliminated from the final context-free grammar. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you now. Thank you so much.